Let's see if we can apply AI to this question.
Oh, God.
That's not the problem of the week, guys. Don't worry about it. So this problem is from Jasper. How to show page titles that are really long generated strings.
All right. Okay, Jasper, we got you. I know it's 6 years later. I hope you weren't stuck on this problem for too long. Jasper's asking about long page titles that are generated strings, ugly sort of data, and is wondering how to deal with this situation in general when you have a mixed bag of like readable stuff, meaningful stuff, and long generated strings, because long values are kind of difficult to deal with sometimes. So our problem statement, as a developer who pushes builds, I want to know where I am so that I can troubleshoot my deploys. When Benoît and I were thinking a bit about this, we thought when we're in enterprise or complex products, data just looks ugly. Sometimes it has utility, but it looks bad. That is like a reality that we have to deal with and design for. The titles themselves, the really long strings, they're auto-generated. We wondered as well about, is there a possibility to be renamed or have an alias kind of thing that you could apply? Any kind of configuration stuff you could do to shorten them? Do they need to be quite as long as they are? Would be like an underlying kind of data assumption to wonder about in real life if we were solving this. There's multiple ways as well to give cues to people to assure them where they are and that they're on the correct thing. The metadata around it is another way that you can also reinforce that information. We did decide that truncation will be the approach and to keep breadcrumbs, because the point of breadcrumbs is to show where you are right now. And in some cases, how you got there as well, right? We did also think about what if this is an unlimited amount of levels? Like, how will we deal with this? We wondered as well about this unique title. How is it formulated? Is there juicy stuff within the title itself? As we generated ideas, we brought up this dynamic that we have as we're making truncation decisions to think about the structure of that naming convention. Where is the juicy part? Where is the interesting part in the naming convention itself? The example we looked at to kind of explore that a little bit is a clinical example where we see the yellow blocks. That's where the interesting thing is. Applying that same kind of logic is to really consider the core details of the data. What we came up with in the end is, as the breadcrumb is really growing horizontally, we begin to introduce truncation into the mix. We just made an assumption that these first four are really interesting, but it could be way different than that. We just had to make an assumption to go forward. And then at the point that they're really exceeding the amount of space allotted and the space available, then we start to use a drop down to deal with the values that are inside. Any case that we have truncation as well, we like to use tooltips to support a quick glance, and that really just reinforces the whole string and keeps the meaning somewhere on the page. So that's what we came up for you, Jasper. Hopefully this will arm others with some good rationale and logic around why breadcrumbs should be there.
It's a beautiful breadcrumb. I think it will attract hackers more than birds. That's for sure.